Hi, I'm Red. You're watching Power Garage. Today, we're working on the transmission for the 7-second EG for Ryan. And we got the Pro Billet Engineering clutch case. I need this billet piece just to handle all that power, all that craziness. We got a Graf 1 through 4 dog box with straight cut gears. And we have their special shift forks so that we can just bang gears like a madman. Because these type of gears, with the synchros, or the synchros gone actually, the dog box, you want to hit it as hard as you can, so they're going to take a lot of abuse. So right now, in order to put everything together, I'm going to have to measure some clearances. I have a OEM outer case that I'm going to be using, and we got to make sure that this gear set is sitting correctly inside this transmission. Unfortunately, we haven't received the differential yet. We're going with some Drive Shaft Shop 28 spline axles, and we ordered it a couple weeks ago, but I don't know, DSS hasn't sent it out yet, so we're just waiting on that. But today we're going to get this tranny at least assembled so we can mock it up, because we got to keep going on this car. We got a time frame that we're working with, and we have to make sure that we meet that. So it's not a big deal. I'm just going to put the transmission together. We're going to attach it to the engine when I put the engine in, and then once that diff comes, we'll swap the diff out. But I'll probably end up putting a 2-wheel drive diff in for now, just so that we can put everything together. So right here, we have everything with the gears. They're all attached, all assembled, everything. I don't really have to do much, but I do have some bearings that we're going to have to throw on these. We got some nice OEM bearings. We got them from Synchrotech, a little bearing kit, and we got to throw these on. This one is for the counter shaft right here, and then we have the other one for the main shaft, so that we can place this gears inside the case, and we can measure for our clearances. So yeah, these actually go on pretty easy. I'm gonna have to go get my persuader real quick. Give me a second. Okay, so I got my impact. I need this little piece right here. It goes at the end of the counter shaft to hold in this bearing. But I am gonna have to persuade this one to go on. It's gonna go on right here. Oh, it actually goes on pretty easy. Right here. And this is left-hand thread, so make sure you don't do it the wrong way. There we go. And then the main shaft. There we go. Pretty easy. Yeah. Thing moves around a little bit. Okay, well, I'm gonna go grab the transmission case, and then we're gonna set this thing in there and see what kind of shims we need. And as you can see right here, this case already has a shim, okay? This shim has to be measured, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the shim out, and I'm gonna use my straight edge right here. Just give me a second, let me pop that bad boy out. Ooh, this one actually has 2 shims, right here. So I'm gonna take those out for now, and then we gotta take this gear set. Oh, it's kind of heavy. Which way? Okay. Yeah, this is for the main shaft. Hope this thing doesn't have the retainer. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, it does here. Yeah, I don't want this thing to get stuck. Plus, since we have the cuff, we actually don't need this retainer clip for the counter shaft, because they actually hold together. Okay, so let me pop this bad boy out. There we go. Oh. Okay, this clip right here fits into this slot for the counter shaft. But like I said, you know, these are bolted together, so we really don't need this clip. It's just gonna make things harder taking it in and out, and it might mess up our clearances. So let me put this bad boy back in. Go. This thing is all the way. Nope, not even close.
There it goes.
Okay. Now, so you can take the straight edge. Check this out. Come here. Now you can take the straight edge, and this is actually like, it's almost pretty much level with the case. Maybe like so minor. Okay? So we know that. Okay. So I'm just gonna rate this at maybe like 0, maybe a couple thousandths. Okay? So that's kind of how that's gonna sit. Then let's get this main shaft bearing out of here. Yeah, checking the clearance is really not that difficult. It only takes a little bit of extra time and a little bit of math, and the transmission will be a lot happier that way. Okay. So, second step is I'm going to have to measure the transmission case. So, in order to do that, I have to come off the bearing. Okay, so I got the 2 bearings pressed in. Now the clearance that we're looking for here, Tim, come here. This is what we're looking for over here. Okay, I put the straight edge, and then you can see right here. Come over here. See right there. You see the distance between the bottom of the straight edge and the bearing?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're looking for, because we put the straight edge on this and it was basically flat. So we have 2 shims that go on here, a standard shim and then one that's like a spring. And we just got to make sure that the distance between these 2, we have to have like a little playhead that gets like 0.6 of an inch for that little cone spring to compress. I did, however, take the shims out of this case, so I'm gonna have to put them back once I know what this distance is. So I'm just gonna get a couple feeler gauges out and just keep stacking them. You know what, that actually feels pretty good right there. Okay, now I take these shims and I can measure it, and we're getting right at 3 millimeters. Well, I like to mess with thousandths, so 118 thousandths. Okay, so I got about 118 thousandths between this and the top of the case, so that's what we got to play with. So let me go get my my sizing chart out. I have a manual, and I'm gonna figure out what shims I need to put in that case, and then I also have to get the other 2 that go on this main shaft and have to measure them. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, so as you can see right here, I got the nice shims. Oops. And then we measure this, and we're at like 117.5, 118. Okay, and we measure these right here. These are the shims that I grabbed. We're at 112. So that's about what, 5.5, 6 thousandths.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look right here, you want between 4 and 7 thousandths clearance. That's what it says in the manual. So with these, we're perfect. And then, yeah, just gonna put the shims on here, and then we can put the case down and see how it works. All right, so we finally got the differential, and I put the 2 gears on, press on the bearings. We got all the shift forks, everything. I had to take this reverse 5th gear one, and I had to shave it down a little bit because it was hitting 1st gear. got all the mechanical stuff in here. This thing is ready to get put together. Yeah, we're waiting on a lot of parts, and now they're here, and everything fits pretty good. Just had to clearance a couple things on this case, and we're straight. So well, I'm gonna throw this back in, get this thing up and running, and just keep on working on it. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.